Well, we are approaching a new month, and you know what that means? That means that we get to discuss the top 5 purchases for November. These are the best pickups I believe you will make in this month. I believe that these are the best opportunities. I update this list as every month goes by. Some items get removed, some items get added, some items get re-ranked. So I don't want to waste your time. We've got 5 items to go over. Now I just want to say, if you are shopping on eBay, please use my affiliate link. It gives me a small kickback, doesn't cost you anything more. Really does support the channel, so thank you for everybody who does that. Links will be in the description. But anyways, let's begin. Alrighty, number 5 is Surging Sparks booster boxes. For the first time ever, Surging Sparks booster boxes is making an appearance on this channel. It has never made an appearance. I have just always seen better opportunities. Surging Sparks is just that kind of box that shows up every day, puts in the work, but it gets outshined by other items like Destined Rivals or Prismatic, so it's not as flashy as them. But once again, it's just one of those boxes that shows up every day, so it's been putting in the work and it's been proving itself. The singles has held its price really, really well. Those singles were absolutely in the slums, but they have made a really nice comeback, and the set overall is holding up really well. I am very impressed by Surging Spark's growth. The packs are very visually appealing. They look very nice. The booster box is very visually appealing. The Pikachu looks absolutely gorgeous. It is a very nice booster box to display. Everything about Surging Sparks is just a breath of fresh air. It gives me heavy Fusion Strike vibes in the way that it's a breath of fresh air. The display is nice. The cards are nice. The box is nice. The packs is nice. Everything about it is just nice. So there have been massive vending machine restocks where Surging Sparks booster boxes have been sold as a whole box, no loose packs. So what this has done is this has allowed a bunch of booster boxes to flood the market, and it's actually brought down the market by about 70-ish USD, which is pretty bonkers. That's pretty good. So now is a really good time to buy it. Number 4 is Black Bolt Elite Trainer boxes. Now this can go for Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes or just normal ones. Realistically, both work. You guys know me. I'm not really a fan of Pokemon Center ETBs, but that is talking about the really expensive ones like 151. I just don't think that premium is justified, and I think the longevity of it just isn't really there. I think it will do well, absolutely. Do not mistake my words, but what's the chances that the 151 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes outperform like 151 bundles or 151 displays from here on out? I just don't know if it's going to happen because it's already so expensive. But when you get to these cheaper ones where like Black Bolt is like 180 USD or the loose ETB is like 85 USD, yeah, I think it's actually worth buying it. The reason why this is so high is because Black Bolt is the second Paldea Evolved. It is full of illustration rares that are incredibly difficult to grade. The gem rate for illustration rares in Black Bolt is 21% compared to Paldea Evolved, which is 18% gem rate. So it's really close. It's honestly so close. I would just say they're practically the same gem rate. So the Magikarp is like incredibly expensive, and we can all agree that Paldea Evolved commands a super high premium because of the Magikarp being so difficult to grade. So if we translate this to Black Bolt, we've got incredibly difficult grading with the illustration rares, but then on top of that, you've got the new rarity, and you know what this gives me the vibes of? The vibes that I get from the new rarity is the same vibes that I get from Legendary Treasures, the Gold, Zekrom, and Reshiram. I get those vibes, but just better from the Black Bolt and White Flare. Whenever Pokemon bring out new rarities, a lot of time people just need time to warm up to it. It's not exactly a new concept where people need time to warm up to it. I mean, if we look at Team Up, it wasn't really that loved when it came out. However, now it's like one of the most iconic type of rarities that Pokemon have made, right? People need time to warm up to it. And I think the same thing is going to happen with the Black Bolt and the White Flare rarity. The reason why is because it's so exclusive to it, right? They're only doing it for just 2 sets, 3 Pokemon. Happy days. They're keeping it exclusive. The texture on it is gorgeous. Very nice texture. So you've got that. Plus you've got Zekrom SIR. Then you've got the Seismitoad, the Boogermew, which is incredibly difficult to grade. I think it's just going to age really well. So I'm going to say Pokemon Center at 180 or normal at 86. Both work. Realistically, you can buy whatever you want. It depends on your situation. Are you more budget friendly? You want to go for the normal? Are you, a bit of a baller and you want to go for Pokemon Center? Either or work, and also it's a storage thing. You could buy one Pokemon Center ETB and it would make up for like 2 and a bit normal ETBs. So it just does depend, both work. I'm sure you'll do both well long term, but it's a little bit different to like Prismatic, where it's like 400 Pokemon Center or like 130 normal. And it's like, dude, that's like 3 times the price. Versus this one where it's like 2 and a bit extra price. So there is like, I guess, it's not as outrageous, right? Prismatic is, I'm not bagging Prismatic, but just like, I don't know, I feel like there's a little bit more growth because Black Ball gets so much hate. But yeah, I think it's just so undervalued in my opinion. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I've made so many videos, and I'm going to keep talking about it. Journey Together and Black Ball are going to be the 2 things that boost my career. When these absolutely take off and people look back at me being the only YouTuber that has glazed these sets, my credibility will go through the roof. Because people will look at it and go, hang on, that is the only guy. No, I didn't talk about it once. No, I've made it my entire identity. Black Ball and Journey Together are fantastic sets. The enhanced boxes, okay, enhanced boxes. Enhanced boxes are a fantastic buy. Black Ball as a set is incredibly undervalued. When those do absolutely phenomenal, hopefully my numbers can go up because, yeah, hopefully I've been pioneering them to get a little bit of love in this community. But anyways, number 3 is Surging Sparks Elite Trainer Boxes. Now, Surging Sparks Elite Trainer Boxes has a Gen 1 Pokemon as the promo, as a Shinji Kanda artwork, so it's already slam dunk. There's no debate there. The promo side of it is done, right? Like with Destined Rivals, you've got to think like, okay, yeah, Destined Rivals Booster Box, great. Destined Rivals Elite Trainer Box, it's great, but the promo is really poor, right? So you have to like work around where you're like, can Destined Rivals, can the artwork of the Elite Trainer Box plus the set itself carry the Elite Trainer Box, because the promo is not doing anything, right? But the thing about Surging Sparks is you don't have to debate that. Because the promo is really good, what it does is it naturally gives an edge, right? Like a lot of the time, Elite Trainer Box promos are just horse crap. Like a lot of the time they're just really bad. So if it's a good promo, it already sets the Elite Trainer Box up for success. So you look at Surging Sparks and you go, all right, well, we've got a Pikachu on the artwork of the Elite Trainer Box. We've got a Magnetone Gen 1 Pokemon, Shinji Kanda artwork, and we've got fantastic booster packs inside. Well, the only reason why it's so down in price is because it's gotten so many reprints. It's already practically halfway through its life cycle. That's pretty impressive. Usually once it's 2 years old, it doesn't see much life, or it'll be like booster packs from like a collection box or something like that. Now, before we get to number 2, I just want to quickly say, make sure to join the Discord server if you haven't. I've got tons of different channels. I've got a lot of stuff going on in there. So I've also got private videos. I'm going to start doing some more exciting stuff. I'm going to start doing private live streams where only Discord members can join. Like it'll be hosted on YouTube, but only people from the Discord can join it. I'll also start uploading exclusive videos where only people in the Discord can watch it. And this is all free. I'm not making a paywall. This is all free. So I will never make a paywall where you have to join it. How I'll monetize it is by doing eBay affiliates or TCG Player affiliates, or if a company wants to sponsor me. I'm not going to take money directly from your pocket. I'm only going to monetize it if it can benefit both of us, or if it just costs you nothing like eBay affiliates. That's why I push it so much, because it costs you nothing and it supports the channel a ton. Like if you're ever going to buy a booster box case or realistically anything, dude, you using my link charges you nothing and it helps me out a ton. So yeah, anyways, I've got huge plans for the Discord server. Now you may notice that my account is deleted. The reason why my account got deleted is because I cracked a joke. Now hang on. Now the thing is, it's a really big issue, and the reason is because I gave a couple trusted people moderator, but I didn't actually give them permissions. So my main account is the only account with permissions, meaning that if I don't get my old account back, I would have to turf that Discord server and make a new one, but I should be fine. Because I cracked a joke about my age in the Discord server. I cracked a joke saying that I was 10, which is obviously not true. My Discord account is like 6 years old. I've put my real birthday with my legal name. It's like, dude, like, come on, Discord. But yeah, now they do have a system where in case you're joking, you can fill out this form, use some like ID and prove that you're actually the age you claim you are. So like they clearly have a system where like if they ban you but you were joking, then like, so I've just got to fill that out. I've already filled it out. I'm just waiting for the reply. They should take like up to a week, so we should be fine. But yeah, I made a post about it just letting you guys know like, hey, if you join the Discord server and you see in announcements that every post is made by a deleted account, that is my previous account. So yeah, I really hope I get that back, because if not, then that will suck. But we'll figure that out. You know, guys, we've got a really tight community. We'll figure it out if that does happen. Yeah, anyways, that should be fine. But make sure to join the Discord server. Alrighty, now for number 1 and for number 2, I can't rank them. There's no ranking I can put on them. They are identical. They have tied. So when something ties, I'm going to say it, but I'm just going to flip a coin. So Number one is Decimals, number two is Prismatic Evolutions. I'm going to talk about specific items just so that you don't click off the video, so I haven't fully revealed it. However, I will do a coin flip right now to see which one will be number one and which one will be number two. All right, now I can't really do like a proper coin flip because my hand is, you know, with the microphone. So we'll just say heads is Destined Rivals and tails is Prismatic Evolutions. So let's do a coin flip. Really crap coin flip, but anyways, it would appear tails has won. However, I believe when you actually do that, you're supposed to smack it like that. So I don't really know which one won. So we're just going to go ahead and say Prismatic Evolutions is number two. So anyways, that coin flip was completely useless because I completely botched it. But anyways, we'll just say Prismatic Evolutions is number two. Realistically, they're tied. But anyways, so Prismatic Evolutions booster bundle displays. I know it's very important that if I'm still confident on an item, I talk about it, because some people will say, they're like, oh, Sam, you haven't talked about Journey Together in a while. Is everything okay? Should I still buy it? And I'm like, okay, I haven't talked about it in a couple of months, but yeah, let's revisit it because I'm still confident in it. Let's see how it's doing. The singles have been doing amazing. The box price has slowly been going up. Happy days, right? So that's the same thing with the Prismatic Evolution Booster Bundle displays. So Prismatic Evolution Booster Bundle displays is a really good buy for the reason that it's a UK exclusive. And that's a big reason why I'm so convinced on it, is because it's UK exclusive. Now, there are also a couple things on why I think it'll do really well in the future. Now, when it comes to Pokemon, if you want to make a high return, say buying 151 ETBs or buying Fusion Strike at MSRP, you would have had to take a risk at one point. So Fusion Strike, what was the risk? Well, the risk was that there was a robbery in a factory, so then therefore a lot of people left shaken up, and it was very risky. Like, will these booster boxes do well in the future? Like, what's going to happen? It's very iffy, right? Because of the robbery. Then you got 151 Elite Trainer boxes. Everybody was waiting for a reprint that never came, so there was always a risk. And that's where these heavy, like, appreciating items, that's where everybody says they wish they bought it at MSRP, but when the opportunity comes, I just don't think that people would have bought it. It's with 151 Elite Trainer boxes. I mean, I was there when it released. Yeah, sure, people bought it, but a lot of people said to wait for a reprint. And with Fusion Strike, I mean, I remember people in the Poke Investing subreddit, most brain dead place you can be on the internet. If you want to lose all your brain cells, feel free to visit that subreddit. But I made a post talking about Fusion Strike, and I was like, dude, this is such a good buy. Like, what do you guys think? I'm going to buy this. I got into the hobby when Evolving Skies came out. So I was very like new, and I was like, man, this looks like such a good box. And people were saying like, oh no, don't buy it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I already bought 22, so too late. Great. Like, people called me an idiot, and I was like, oh, I don't care. And then when 151 Elite Trainer boxes came out, I bought that. And no one really called you an idiot for buying 151 ETBs, but the point is that there's always a risk. Okay, that's what the moral of the story. So with Prismatic Evolutions, the risk is that they do a global release. That is the risk. Will they do a global release? Will they do heavy print runs? It scares people. The word reprint is like a PTSD for people in the Pokemon industry. It like literally gets people shaking up. They're like, oh my goodness, reprints, it's so scary, right? So that fear factor scares off a lot of buyers. And how many people say like, oh, all Pokemon need to do is a global release, and then those Prismatic Evolution Boost Bond displays will crash. Okay, where's a 151 UPC reprint? Where's a 151 Elite Trainer Box reprint? Where's a Twilight Masquerade Booster Box reprint? They've clearly got other things to worry about. They don't care about reprinting those wildly successful products. Not so much 151 UPCs, those were on shelves forever. But 151 Elite Trainer Boxes, they sold out within a month or two, took not really that much time to sell out, and they were never on a fire sale. They were always just at MSRP, never had to go under MSRP. Unlike Paldean Fates, Paldea Evolved, and Obsidian Flames, those had to go on fire sale. Oh yeah, those had to be fire sold. Not 151. 151 never had to go on fire sale. But what happened was people were saying, oh my goodness, $80 for a 151 Elite Trainer box? Oh my goodness, shiver me timbers. I'm not going to buy that. I'm just going to wait for a reprint. And that reprint never came. So if you want to make really, really high returns, you have to buy the risky items, being displays that are UK exclusive. It has that factor to it. Think about it. In 10 years' time, okay, 10 years' time is a bit of a stretch. Think about it. In 3 years' time, when Prismatic is done, then say it remains UK exclusive or Europe exclusive, then people will go back at it and go, oh my goodness, I wish I bought Prismatic Evolution booster bundle displays at 1300 a display. I so would have bought it. It was UK exclusive. It was Prismatic Evolutions. It was so obvious. But now that the opportunity is here, a lot of people go, I'm not touching that shit. Hell no. It could get reprinted. They could do a global release. Do you really think they're going to do a global release? Okay, well, they could list Pokemon Center ETBs back on Pokemon Center. They could sell Pokemon Center ETBs out of Pokemon Center. Have you ever thought that they could sell it in a GameStop? Why can't they? They're Pokemon. They can do whatever they want. Hey, if they're going to sell a UK exclusive outside of the UK, or an EU exclusive, I keep getting them mixed up. If they're going to sell an EU exclusive outside of EU, why can't they sell Pokemon Center ETBs outside of Pokemon Center? Do you see the logic? How, like, I'm not saying it won't happen. Realistically, we have no idea. But why would they change it? It's the same with 151 Elite Trainer boxes. Wait for a reprint. Okay, instead of waiting for a reprint, your best bet is to actually slowly buy. Every week, just buy one. Or every month, just buy one. Slowly but surely. If that reprint comes, buy the dip. If the reprint doesn't come, keep buying all the way up. You would have done just fine. But yeah, anyways, the point is that that type of risk scares a lot of people, and then they'll just buy it when it's $5,000 a display. That's when they'll buy it. When they'll go, oh man, this item, this is a modern grail right here. Like, can we all agree the modern grails of Scarlet and Violet will be Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETBs, Charmander Pokemon Center promo as a PSA 10, 151 Elite Trainer boxes Pokemon Center, Prismatic Evolution booster bundle displays. Like, does that feels like grails of Scarlet and Violet? Like that does feel like, can you imagine that? You've got like a Hall of Fame of the top 5 grails. And you've got like really expensive Pokemon Center PSA 10s. Then you've got like the Obsidian Flames Pokemon Center ETB or the 151 ETB Pokemon Center. And then you've got all these different like exclusives and grails and, you know, Grey Hat Pikachu. You've got a lot of like really weird UK or regional exclusive items that were difficult to come by. And Prismatic Evolutions just fits it completely. So yeah, anyways, number one, according to the coin flip at least, at $375 a booster box. Holy moly, this thing is crashing and I would be buying every single dip. This is a fantastic box. So what my strategy with Destined Rivals is that I am just patiently waiting. I'm happy if I end up having to buy blisters. I'm happy if I end up having to buy 3-pack blisters. And I don't say that on this channel at all. On this channel, I'm very vocal that you shouldn't buy collection boxes. You shouldn't buy these random products. You should be buying the booster boxes, the Elite Trainer boxes, the booster bundle displays. That's what I'm very vocal about. However, there is an exception. The only exception is the best set of the era. Destined Rivals is the kind of box where you don't worry about what the price is, you just buy it. You don't worry about what item you can get, you just buy it, right? So Destined Rivals, I now have 8 booster boxes. I recently acquired one for 373 USD, which was pretty rad. And yeah, I'm just slowly but surely acquiring them, maybe every month, maybe every second month. I'll just buy 1 or 2. I'll just take my time and just see how I go. I'll just slowly accumulate them and then buy 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. I'll have 20, 30, 40 booster boxes and slowly but surely, if it goes up, I buy. If it goes down, I buy. And I think that's where it's at, right? Like with Prismatic Evolutions, it's getting older. With Surging Sparks, it's getting older. Paldea Revolver, it's getting older. Paldean Fates, it's getting older. Destined Rivals is still very new. Is that even half a year old? We're in the 10th month, which is October. It came out in the 5th month. It's still got so much life inside of it. And it is the type of item that will be targeted by Pokemon to reprint it. Similar as how 151 was heavily targeted. It's a nostalgia set. It brings a lot of people back. It is in Pokemon's best interest to reprint Destined Rivals into the oblivion as much as they humanly can. Not saying it'll go to MSRP, but print it as much as possible because it's a nostalgia set. It's very important because it brings a lot of people back into the hobby. Think about it. What is more likely to bring people into the hobby? Destined Rivals, Prismatic Evolutions, Journey Together, or Black Bolt? Well, it's not going to be Black Bolt. It's not going to be Journey Together. It's not going to be Prismatic. Prismatic is modern. Prismatic is that recent Pokemon lineup that is super popular, right? Evolutions have always had a bit of popularity, but they've only become really mainstream with Evolving Skies. which is crazy that one set can be that influential. It's a no-brainer to hold the longest guys. But anyways, Destined Rivals is the same thing as 151. Destined Rivals is healthy for the market. Destined Rivals is the kind of thing where Pokemon are going to, it's in their best interest to make it as available as possible. So it's not in their best interest to do Black Ball. It's not in their best interest to do Journey Together, Stellar Crown. It's not in their best interest to do that. It's in their best interest to do Destined Rivals. So that's why I'm just slowly but surely buying Destined Rivals versus something like Prismatic where, yes, they want to print into the oblivion. It is a little bit harder to correct the price of Prismatic, like print so much that it brings the price down because it's so influential. It does seem a little bit more like you can influence the price of it. Like, it doesn't need as much supply for it to go down. And I think the reason is because it doesn't have that big top chase or a demigod pack or a god pack. So it's really, really loved. It will age absolutely phenomenal. But the thing about Prismatic is the kind of thing where Pokemon, I believe, have kind of accepted like, all right, yeah, there's nothing we can do about it. We really do have to move on with other stuff. Like those figure collection boxes, there's like barely any of them available. Like for me, there's only going to be like 4 to 6 per local big box store when like for ETBs on release, each store got like 30 or 40. So yeah, I just feel like with Prismatic, they're putting a lot less attention on Prismatic, and that's what the market has picked up, and that's why SBCs saw a run-up. That's why ETBs saw a run-up. That's why Booster Bundle Displays saw a run-up, because they're putting less attention on Prismatic, and they're putting more attention on Destined Rivals, on Phantasmal Flames, on Mega Evolutions, because they have to focus on that. Remember, we are in an era where Pokemon are not reprinting Journey Together, Black Ball, and all those other sets, not because they don't want to, but because they literally cannot. So yeah, it is a very weird time to invest in Pokemon. Everything is incredibly overinflated. However, at the same time, once again, we get to the same thing where there's so much opportunity because Pokemon cannot reprint everything. They have to make new sets because they have to make new sets to make the TCG fresh, right? They can't just put a halt, upload 2 new sets and then just print them into the oblivion. No, they just have to keep making sets, right? They have to keep making it fresh. They have to keep the hype alive. But at the same time, then that means that they spread themselves thin because they've got all these other sets they have to reprint. So it creates a very interesting situation like this, where you see potential like opportunity in Journey Together, even though it's not as good as Destined Rivals, but you see opportunity because it may not get a reprint. So that's where you then get to like UK exclusives. Oh, what if Prismatic Evolutions displays go global? Dude, I don't even think they want to even reprint that. Like, global. You know how many they would have to make for it to be global? Oh my gosh, it would be a pain in the ass. They're way better off just making like collection boxes or loose booster bundles and doing that. Like, yeah, so that's just kind of my opinion on that, to be honest. And with Destined Rivals, I'd recommend just slowly but surely buy it. But those are the top 5 buys for the month. If you're going to buy any, please do use my affiliate link. I would very much appreciate it. Helps support the channel. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching.